because well, you must have not synced the calendars. I was like, no, I synced. I was pissed too. I was like, I synced my calendars. I did exactly what y'all told me to do. This ain't my fault. And I was like, so I need y'all to cancel this booking for me. And they were like, well, okay, this is what we'll do. We'll cancel it. We're gonna find them a similar place like yours. But if that place happens to cost more money than yours, then you're responsible for the difference. And I was like, what? I was like,
welcome to Live, Let Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Myka and Steve.
hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Oh, that's you. What's up? I haven't been on in a while.
It's been a while, Myka. Already dropping the ball.
Yeah, man. It's been a while. We are back. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Live,
Let
Thrive.
Hey, this is what you get with live radio, right? Like Live, Let, Thrive, live radio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's been a while since I've been on. You had two good guests while I was gone. Who'd you have?
Okay, I had Kim and Ann on again, right? They're always a ratings bonanza, those two. Awesome guests. And I had the HOSTFULLY guy was on.
Okay.
And what's his name? I'm sorry. Huh?
David, right?
Yeah, David Jacoby. Man, he's going to kill me for that. We're like BFFs now. And and a little-known podcaster named Jasper Rivers was on, too.
Yes, sir, man. We're still living, letting, and thriving.
Hardcore.
Yeah, man. Last couple weeks I haven't been on, man. Been busy. I left the corporate world, so had to start the entrepreneur hustle, as you want to call it.
So tell everybody where you've been at, man. What you've been doing exactly, your entrepreneur hustle.
Man, dude, I've been getting my Airbnb off the ground, man. I got two big presentations coming up. It's not even a presentation. One's just a business expo. And then the next one, next Saturday, is actually a presentation where I'm going to be presenting, me and Josh Adigboye. We're both going to be presenting our businesses to the large group of Dallas-Fort Worth investors. So hopefully we get a few people that want to invest, want to arbitrage their spots, and boom, we're moving, man. So yeah, it's been up to a lot.
So that's next Thursday?
That's next Saturday. Next Saturday at 11.
Okay, not this Saturday, but the following.
Yeah, this Saturday is just a business expo, and then next Saturday I'm going to be presenting live. So it's pretty exciting, man. A lot of fun stuff coming up. But yeah, what have you been up to? Because I haven't talked to you in a while as far as the Airbnb life. You sent me a message saying you were a Superhost.
Superhost. Well, yeah, Superhost, man. But I've pretty much been trying to steer the ship while you've been gone. So, yeah, we've hit some turbulent waters here and there, but it's good. I've been, luckily the guests that have come on the show have carried me. So, yeah, I just got the news like today. See, this show is all out of whack. But, live radio. There goes my microphone. At least I didn't spill my tea. If we were going to spill my tea, we'd have to start all over. But let me get this on there. So, yeah, Superhost. I got called. I got an email today that from Airbnb, and it was in Spanish. See, it's funny because my wife, she follows the whole. She gets the emails too, right? And she gets the alerts and stuff on her phone. But I think when she went in there, she went and changed the language to Spanish, so I get all these notices from Airbnb in Spanish, which is cool. It's different. It goes, "Felicidades, yeah, it is el Superhost." So I was like, oh, cool. And so I emailed her, or I sent her the email, and she was all excited, and I was like, yeah. She's like, you did it. I was like, no, we did it, and probably mostly you, because you do all the cleanings and turnovers. That's the biggest part of it all. And so yeah, me and my wife, congratulations to us both. Superhost in the house. Now we can rub elbows with you and Mahogany, because y'all have been Superhost for a while now.
Yay. Yeah, I got that email today too. They were like, "Yeah, you've done it 4 times straight," so they gave us $100. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
You trying to big time me or what?
No, man, I'm just saying they gave me $140 in travel credit. So now I'm up to I have $40 travel credit and then $100 they gave me for travel credit. So I was like, dang, we should. I guess if we take any trips soon, I guess we should use our Airbnb credit.
Yeah, but you got all of those travel hacks going, so you don't even need that stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, it would be good if I could just buy the hotel, buy a plane ticket, just the travel points, and then that'll save me some points, and then boom.
Now, I wonder if you could use those credits towards like a cool ass experience, Airbnb experience somewhere.
No, and that's actually, I'm happy you brought that up because that's one of my topics. Airbnb, if you use your Chase card for Airbnb, Airbnb hasn't quite made their system a travel system yet. So you don't get reward points for Airbnb yet. And that's actually one thing me and the great Adam James were discussing. And if anybody had any idea for how to partner with Airbnb or how to get Airbnb to partner with major credit cards, that would be a huge help. Because Airbnb does not count as travel credit yet. I don't know why, but...
Oh, that's BS right there.
Yeah, it is. I don't know why they've done that.
We'll go talk to our buddies at Airbnb pretty soon in San Fran, so we'll tell them all about that.
Yes, we will. Are we going to be presenting our major news? Or?
Yeah, go ahead. Do it, man.
Yeah, so another thing while I was out, me and Steve got hit up by the great Airbnb themselves. And they were like, hey, we heard about your podcast, which we were kind of shocked about. Like, whoa, how'd they hear about us? But they were like, yes, we heard about your podcast. We kind of want to make it so you guys are affiliate marketers. We're like, oh, okay, cool. You know, what's the incentives? They told us pretty much broke down some numbers to us. And they're like, hey, if you guys get this people to sign up, blah, 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 you'll get this, you know. And like, Steve, I think your issue was, most of our listeners are already Airbnb hosts, right?
Right.
Yeah, and then I was kind of like, well, yeah, that's true. And then I was like, man, I don't know. We kind of have to test it, you know. But we'll have to see. Because I don't know. It would be nice to know if any of our listeners, you could actually just hit us up and let us know, hey, are you a host or want to be a host? Or that'd be cool to we kind of want to know those numbers of the people that are out there. But, yeah, so Airbnb is going to fly us out to San Francisco next month?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so... that's going to be pretty cool, man. We would definitely like to partner up with them on some things, and we're going to see how that goes. So Live, Let, Thrive has some big things coming for you.
Now, do you think they put us up in a hotel or an Airbnb?
I don't know. That'd be interesting. Maybe they'll put us up in one of their special Airbnbs, a treehouse or something. I don't know. You know, they got all those exotic ones out there, a bungalow or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'd put us in an Airbnb. It'd be kind of crazy for them to put us in their competition, you know.
And would we be allowed to bring our wives?
Yeah, that's another question I was wondering too. But I mean, me and Mahogany were thinking, well, if they don't pay for the wives, we'll just use our travel points and go out there.
Cool. Either way, huh?
Yeah, man. What do you think about it? We might have our first big,
affiliate?
Yeah.
I think it's cool, and I was telling you, like, when you were telling me about all this stuff, I was like, well, does that mean that we can't talk shit about Airbnb anymore?
Yeah, and I told you I'd be quiet for some money.
No. No. See, I think I don't know. I don't think they haven't put any stipulations that we can't talk noise about them, but unless they're trying to pay me off by offering me Superhost right off the bat. That crossed my mind.
I'll call it voicing our frustrations, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, today I had a frustration with them. Like the last 2 days I had a frustration with them where that awaiting payment crap. I know fans are like, dang, Myka's still on that, but that crap's a hassle, man. You know, like I'm having to call them and sit on the phone for 30 minutes because somebody's awaiting payment, and I told them, like, look, I can't hold this room, so that's one of my big gripes with them. But other than that, it's a cool platform, and they want to pay me to be quiet, I will do it.
I definitely, you know, even we have talked, we've talked some truth, we talked some noise about them in the past, And I think we'll continue to do, call them out when they need to be called out. It's no big deal. But I've always told people you should do it. You should try it for yourselves.
Yeah.
So some of the guests a lot of the guests we got on, I mean, they just freaking love Airbnb, and and they use it and they utilize it and they love most everything about it. And I'm happy to hear that. And maybe one of y'all will try it out and freaking fall in love with it. And it'll be great for you. It'll be a great addition to your life. Maybe some of you will try it and you'll have some gripes, and that's cool. And that's what you hit us up for. It's to vent your gripes, to tell us and get our opinions on stuff. And we try to get answers for you. And we'll even put you on the show and stuff. So I think it's we're not going to just say, hey, Airbnb is perfect. It's good. Just because we're affiliate. They want to affiliate with us. So yeah, we'll keep it real. We always keep it real.
Yeah, and one thing about it though is seeing that Airbnb knows who we are and they got in touch with us or whatever. Wouldn't it? I think it'd actually be cool if we could sometimes voice a few frustrations, so then we know, hey, those people are out there and they hear us. Like Airbnb hears what we're saying. You know what I mean? And that gives them a chance to better themselves on that end. Because I remember, I think I texted you and I said, man, there's a lot of stuff that I complained about that Airbnb's fixed now, like the whole listings thing where I had to keep clicking through the listings. They updated it. I can just scroll through and I can go all the way down to the bottom of all my listings without having to sit there and push that show 15 more all the time. So there's things that they do here, and they will fix.
Yeah, they hear our complaints, man, I'm glad we're a platform for that. A platform for change, for the good. And we'll still talk about other platforms too. Speaking of platforms, like VRBO, HomeAway, all the other good ones. Booking.com. We'll see. Speaking of Booking.com, I told you about the double booking that happened, like at the same moment on Booking.com.
Hold on, who booked first? Booking.com or Airbnb?
It was a toss-up, man. But let's just say the Airbnb guest booked more days.
Okay. I would always, yeah. I mean, plus, when you're doing Airbnb and Booking.com doesn't penalize you for turning someone down. So I guess I would probably go the Airbnb route if you're wanting to build that Airbnb host business. I would definitely always go with the Airbnb guest. But I mean, in your case, you got lucky. He was booking more days anyway. So, but you're on Booking.com now? Yeah.
But so you say that about turning people down. I don't know. Okay. I declined. I was going to decline them. I couldn't decline them, actually. I think they instant book through it, Booking.com.
Yeah, it's all instant.
It's all instant book, so I don't know how you can decline them though after the instant book, and you say there's no penalty.
Yeah, just tell them, hey, I have someone else booked.
Well, here's the thing with that. I called Booking.com because there was no button, there was no way I could cancel this booking, right? And I was like, I need y'all to cancel this because it's double booked, and I've already got a booking that day on Airbnb. And they, it was, of course, virtual VRs from the Philippines. And they're like, we can't do that. And because, you must have not synced the calendars. I was like, no, I synced. I was pissed too. I was like, I synced my calendars. I did exactly what y'all told me to do. This ain't my fault. And I was like, so I need y'all to cancel this booking for me. And they were like, well, okay, this is what we'll do. We'll cancel it. We're going to find them a similar place like yours. But if that place happens to cost more money than yours, then you're responsible for the difference. And I was like, what? I was like, I told him for y'all's mistake, I was like, you know what? If y'all gonna do that to me, I'm gonna cancel my Booking.com account right now. I ain't paying nothing because y'all messed up, and I'm not, I shouldn't have to pay for that, and blah blah blah. So they sent me to like 2 or 3 different more virtual reality people, probably passed me around the office, but then. They ended up go ahead and okay, sir, we'll fix it, and don't worry about it. You don't have to pay the difference, blah blah blah. And so they fixed it. But so I didn't know that about Booking.com. I still haven't had my first someone stay at my place. I have a few bookings for them, but they're far out. And so I'm just curious how it works. And that little thing right there, yeah, they'll fix it for you, but you're responsible for the difference. Apparently, I didn't know that.
man, I ain't paid Booking.com a damn thing. My account's suspended with them because they said, oh, I'm $102, and they ain't getting that payment. For real, man. Full of shit. They're all like, yeah, because seriously, because I'm sick of having to call them for everything, so I just don't call them anymore, and I just keep my calendar blocked off on it. I think it's blocked anyway. I don't even know how it works. I just used to have those people coming to me, and I send them to my Airbnb or whatever. But yeah, their system of having to call in every time, I'm not with it. I'm not catering to it either. So yeah, they sent me a bill saying I'm going to owe them $102, and I ain't paying them jack. I'm serious. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So I mean, their platform is great. It's not. They don't have it. They need a developer on it to work on the website to where you can cancel things. I don't have to call somebody every time. I'm sick of that. So yeah, Booking.com can. Yeah.
I think. What it is, real quick, and I'll get back to something else. Let me write it down so I won't forget.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I think what it is that Booking.com is used to dealing with these multi-million, billion-dollar hotel chains. So they can do this. They'll provide a service for those big boys, right? And the big boys like it. It sends traffic to them, and cancellation, whatever happens, something messes up on the big hotel. Then it's no big deal. Their accountants take care of it. Booking.com gets paid, and they book someone else somewhere else. They're just new at dealing with us small fries that need to count every single dollar and penny to to get by in life. So they're not used to interacting with us, and that's a big shift for them.
Yeah, it is. It is because they're not used to you dealing with someone who may have a private room in their house. They rent out their whole house, and the whole thing that turned me off to it. I like that you will get loads of traffic on Booking.com. It's just their not customer support. Their development section sucks. Like they need an app. They need a better app. The Pulse app sucks. You can't block. It's hard to block dates. It's pretty much the reason why Airbnb dominates is because simply it has the best platform. Simply what it is. You have a good app. You have a good mobile version of it. Booking.com, you have to call somebody every time something breaks. You're like, it's just a waste of your time, man. You got to make things automated. You want somebody to anything, you have to have it automated.
Exactly. And when you said that about Airbnb, they're rolling because they have the best platform. I don't know. Weird question, but that's what I'm here for. That's what I do. Strange questions. Do you were you back in the day a wrestling fan?
Hell yeah, Rock Maivia, man. Back in the day, Stone Cold Steve Austin, all that. Yeah, go ahead, man.
But even going back way further, you're aware of Andre the Giant, right?
Yeah.
There's a great documentary, HBO documentary on Andre the Giant, which is on YouTube. You can watch the whole thing on YouTube, which is cool. I watched it the other day, and what made me think of that right now was you're saying the whole they have a best platform. That's what they're winning, and how the WWE, which used to be WWF, took over. There was wrestling was spread about over the whole country, all these different divisions. But they started getting big, and they got in the cable, the cable TV time, but they were more popular because they had the best production value. They put effort into the production value, and you could say the same about Airbnb. They put effort into making that freaking app and platform like really good, and the other ones are just they're just. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how come they can't get their stuff to work as good as Airbnb. I don't know how come Facebook got their stuff to work as good or work better than MySpace to kill MySpace. But it's just if you're gonna do something, you got to really put some effort and spend a lot of money to get it right. And that's what WWE did. That's how they grew and they became the biggest and knocked off all the little ones. And it's the same thing with Airbnb. So there's my simile right there.
Yeah, that's true, man. WWE, Vince McMahon's a giant, man. And then and also the thing about it is he changes his system every time. Like every time you think wrestling's gonna die, it doesn't. They're on social media now. They have their man. It's so much stuff that the WWE does. It's just crazy. He has a few movies on Netflix. You're like, dang, man. This guy doesn't stop, man. He adjusts, man. And I think that's what Airbnb is. I also think isn't Brian Chesky, or isn't he younger than the other people? I would say. I'm not saying age is a thing, but I think when you're connected to the younger crowd, you're more willing to adjust and like, oh, okay, this is where there's a point in time you have to cater to millennials. Like there was a point in time that people realized, hey, we have to cater to baby boomers. You know what I mean? For certain things, it's still that point. You know what I mean? There's certain things you like. VRBO caters to that crowd, but like Airbnb is transformative, man.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
So
now I'm not saying cater to them 100% because you got to hold them accountable for certain things, but be working to build your own. But yeah, Airbnb is a great way to start, and that brings me into my next thing, that I think the share economy in general just has so much automation to it. Like on Uber, you can get paid out instantly. Look at how fast Airbnb sends your money to you once you get a reservation. It's just share economy is just great, man. I actually like the whole idea and concept of it. I'm always thinking like, hey, what's next? What's going to come next? And it looks like those little bikes have taken off. Those little Lime bikes. You seen them downtown yet?
Yeah, I've seen the yellow ones.
Yeah, like there's like Lime and there's a green one called Ulf or something. So yeah, man, it's crazy.
Okay, that's Airbnb stuff right there. Did I say Airbnb? Oh,
yeah. Thanks.
Did I drop something? What's up?
Yeah, you dropped my company name. Thanks.
The share economy. That's what I love about the share economy and Airbnb. It's those like something like that, those bikes. But here's my big question, and there's like a big problem with those bikes in Dallas. Apparently, people are just leaving them all over the place, like litter.
Oh yeah, they're left everywhere. But I think I'm not sure how it works, but I heard you can I think that was the goal of it, was you to leave it anywhere, and then you pull up the app and find a bike that's near you, right?
See, I don't know, but they're just there's like a problem, like a nuisance in Dallas.
Yeah, man. If you go downtown Dallas, it's like you'll run to a place with like a random bike just parked in front of Chick-fil-A. You're like, what the hell? I'm serious, man. You're like, what the hell? But you can I guess you can go to your app on your phone, unlock the bike, and boom, drive it off.
Because they've been like putting them in trees and stuff like that.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, because I guess that's how it works. I don't know, but so that's cool. They're doing that in Arlington now. Another thing in Arlington. This is really going to impact you and your guest, me and my guest when I get this my house up and running my Arlington house up and running. It's a new app called Via. And it's like a rideshare app, just like Uber, but Via this one, it just works in the city of Arlington, and it's $3 anywhere you want to go, dude. $3. That's pretty awesome. It's like bus fare, but you get a minivan.
Think about it. Whoever created that is smart, because Arlington is still the largest city in the U.S. without a bus system. That is smart. And yeah, for Airbnb guests, if you're an Airbnb host in Arlington, Texas, I definitely would suggest you advertise that app, because that'll be some good ways for people to get around.
Oh, big time. And well, the thing is that Arlington tried to do a little bus thing going on, and it just went like to like 2 stops, right? And nobody ever used it. And so they're spending all this money, all the taxpayers' dollars on these buses that no one's using. And so they said, you know what? Let's partner with the free market, see if they got something better. And boom, the free market always delivers, bro.
Yes, sir. It always delivers. A lot of good things. And in Arlington, man, it's on its way up, dude. It's like all the stuff like up in North Arlington, the Tiff Streets, the Tokyo Joe's. Man, they're like really building it up there over by you, man. That's huge.
The halal guys are coming. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Dude, like Arlington's building it up over there, man. I think they're trying to compete with like Frisco and stuff for like, hey, if they have all that stuff up there and they're trying to move the stadium, which I don't know about the stadium move, but that will be a big hit on us if that stadium moves. But
yeah, let's get a pro soccer team here. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. I'm down with that too. Whatever brings in the traffic.
Back to booking real quick. You know who's big fans of Booking.com?
Kim and Ann?
Yes, they love Booking.com.
Yeah, I mean, for someone like them with how they run their units, oh yeah, it'd be perfect for them. Perfect.
Yeah, they're on another level, man. Those girls are awesome.
Yes, they are.
Shout out to Kim and Ann.
Shout out to them. Yeah, because I get messages from Kim all the time. I got to reply to a couple of them. Yeah, I always talk to Kim and Ann. Man, we have some really good guests, man. I talked to Kim and Ann. I talked to Charles Hawkins. Charles Hawkins on another level. That dude there's coming too. We have some awesome guests, man. Awesome.
And we're gonna get a whole bunch more too. Now that we're all big time and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of awesome guests, James Guzman. Remember that episode? That was pretty. That was awesome.
So
but,
I was. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, you first.
Well, I was driving back. I took my parents out of town this weekend. I was able to take my parents down to Austin. They had never been, and I grew up in Portland, Oregon, and I was telling them how much alike it was with Portland. But we were driving back from there, and they were listening to that episode, and they were like, "Man, that's a good episode." And I was like, "Yeah, man, that was pretty good. Yeah, that was a really good episode." So yeah, I love that James episode. I got to get in touch with that guy. And a lot of stuff from that episode I've actually been using. So,
and if you haven't heard that episode, it's like episode 49, 48?
48.
Yeah, 48, 49, something like that. Well, he lives abroad, and he lives in Mexico. He's from the States, but he has his businesses that he does, and he draws money from that. But a lot of people are doing it too, not just expats, not just retirees, but they're moving to like another country where cost of living is half or a third of what it is here. They tax us to death here every single turn, but off of money, like American dollars money. So he's thriving and then amplifying that by finding a really nice spot in the world that he wants to live. It costs a lot less to live there. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah, man, you got to go where that dollar stretches, man. That's why I was looking at Ghana, $1 American, 4 Ghana cedis. You know what I mean? So that exchange rate is crazy. So I mean, yeah, you got to go where that dollar stretches. That's a great way to live.
So I'm really inspired by that, and I don't know, might end up in Mexico.
My next question for you.
What was that?
That was my next question for you. You think you'd go down to Mexico?
I think we're going to be spending big chunks of time there. I don't know if we're going to be 100% there, but I'm not really scared of going there. I love Mexico. It's beautiful. And, you don't put your nose in the wrong business. You'll be all right down there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's anywhere you go, man.
That's anywhere. You go right here to Oak Cliff or something. There's places you don't want to go. Like right down the road from you. Most people listening, right around the corner from most cities. There's spots you don't want to be hanging out at, and it's just like in Mexico. I mean, there's places that are really secure, and then you go off the wrong spot, you're in trouble. But I mean, it just gets. I guess people see things in our society as like, well, if I work this job for 40 years of my life, and then I might be able to retire and get like a condo in Florida or whatever. And there's a whole world out there. And if you start looking at things a little bit outside the box, not to use a cliche or something, but just differently, you could, like you said, stretch that dollar, live very comfortably somewhere else in the world. And you can retire a lot faster than you think, and better medical, better food, better health, there's so much, if you're in a place that you're not killing yourself trying to, work and pay all these taxes that we got here and all this cost of living here, you're going to be a healthier person. And then that's the point in life. Live healthier, live happier, and don't kill yourself while you're here on this planet.
That's true, man. I'm happy you brought that up, man. I've noticed, man, I've lost so much weight since I've been out of the corporate world, man. Because you're sitting down for 8 hours a day. You're sitting there eating Doritos and all the freaking snacks they can give you. Someone's buying you lunch. Now I'm more active. I can go to the gym. I'm moving throughout the day. I'm still sitting a lot to run my business or whatever. But, man, it's just so much easier. So much easier. And I got a lot done. I got 2 more units coming, too. 2 new Airbnb/corporate rentals coming.
So explain how you got those, and because people are always, wanting to, Myka, how do I arbitrage? How do I do this? Could you maybe do like some case studies for us?
Case studies. I mean, arbitraging. I mean, you just have to. One of the biggest things I found, you have to get in touch with the landlord, man. Apartment complexes, that's a different story. There's a couple of resources I can send you out for the apartment complexes. Adam James and Charles Hawkins are two of them. But like, let's say you're trying to get a condo, man. Like, I just picked up a condo and I got to go do the tour of it tomorrow. I just got in touch with the landlord, told him how I was, pretty much had a resume of who I was, and he listened to these. He's like, "Oh, I didn't listen to your podcast, and I went on your website, and I looked at your Facebook." He goes, "Yeah, you're fine to do it, man. Hey, let me know who's there or whatever, and I'll let you do it." I'm doing a corporate rental on a condo in like 11 minutes from the medical district, so it's going to be a traveling nurse haven, man. It's like right there in Uptown, like you could literally walk to the medical district.
So now, are you paying him like market rent, or are you bumping it up just a little bit to give him a reason to let you do that?
I bumped it up a little bit. Like I'm paying him $1,300 a month.
And he usually asks what?
I'm not sure. Like I think it was usually I think of like 1,095, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're paying a little premium. He's letting you do the long-term thing.
Yeah. So I'm going to be doing a corporate rental, and he had an HOA on it, but most people starting off, if you're trying to arbitrage, if they have an HOA, I wouldn't suggest going that route unless you know you have a clientele base, because you're going to have to get someone in there, keep it full with the HOA rules in place. And I just already had experience with that. So he was like, "Oh, you already know how to do that." I'm like, "Yeah, man." So it's a matter of building trust. A resume, a suit, tie, and a business card go a long way, man. Seriously. And you have to have a good resume out there, man. It's just like when you walk into a job, you give them a resume. It's just doing that with landlords and arbitrage the same exact way. And my other unit, I'm actually going to Airbnb out my first house that I ever bought in Little Rock. My parents bought their house, so they're going to move out. And they're like, "What do you want to do with the house?" I'm like, "Hey, let's try to Airbnb and corporate rent it." I'm like, "Let's just do a test run on the market." Like, I looked around, and my house is actually right across the street from the hospital.
Oh.
So, yeah, like dead across the street from the hospital. And I looked around on the market. It ain't too many Airbnbs, corporate rentals out there. And I'm like, "Oh, if I'm right across the street, let's just try it, and I'll just Airbnb during the vacancies, and then I'll do long-term rent as much as I can. So if I have a vacancy, do the Airbnb thing."
Cool. That's awesome.
Man.
So the one by the medical district. So are you allowed to do Airbnb or just long-term?
No, I'm doing only long-term, only corporate renters. Because his HOA is the exact same as mine. It's like you have to have a 30-day minimum stay.
Oh, okay. And how long of a lease did you sign with him?
A year.
Oh, so you're all in.
Yeah, I'm going to do a year lease on it because I was like, "Oh, man, this location, I can't beat this." So, yeah, man. I'm going all in.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. That gets me stoked. I want to get something like that. What's been tying me up from trying to jump into the arbitrage zone and stuff was I've been trying to close on that Padre condo, right?
Oh, you're closing on it. You getting it?
I was closing on it, and what happened was we were coming down to crunch time, and my banker friend, whatever, they had sent it to underwriting, and the underwriter was they were taking their time with it, and finally, like, he called me. I was like, well, I texted him and said, "What's the deal, man?" And he said, "Well, underwriting said that you I remember because he told me before it's Citizens Bank. He said that Citizens Bank is one of the few that like allows Airbnb income to be counted as part of your income, right?" Mm-hmm. And because most every bank will count your long-term renters. That's old school. Everybody does that, but they were one of the few to jump out there and say we accept. We notice we count that income towards your income, debt to income ratio. And because I'm doing actually better at the Hearst house, which is the Airbnb, that I am at my long term, which I'm making good money on that one, but the Hearst house I'm making more money. So I'm like, well, I got that, I got the mortgage covered and a lot more. And so I told him, so he saw that. I sent him all the numbers and the figures, and he said everything looked good. But underwriting said, well, we can't use your Airbnb income unless you've done it for a whole calendar year. And
Yeah.
And so I didn't. Well, my dude didn't tell me that before before I started the process, and so I was like, "Are you serious? I mean, I showed you all the stuff beforehand. You said it was gonna be no problem, and that's their requirement. And so we didn't get the condo because of that, because it put the debt to income ratio out of whack."
Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you why they want that. They want that because they want because if you have a full calendar year, you can just hand over tax information. Like you can hand over either a 1099 or just, you know what I mean? You can hand over a 1099. That's what they're looking for. Something on paper.
Right.
Airbnb started helping out when they gave out 1099s. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Uber gives out 1099s as well. So yeah, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for that 1099. That's how I was able to use mine to get pre-approved for a duplex, which we're still looking. Well, kind of looking, but more arbitraging. But we will get one if one comes up. But yeah, they will pre-approve. We got pre-approved on it. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah, so it once you get that calendar year, well, it's really you need to have a January to December. Once you have that income to show them, it's easy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you'll be there next year. You'll be able to easily get approved with that.
Nice, because yeah, my actually I started in October, so in October I would have done a whole calendar year, but it's just funny how just seeing that, you know, it's still banks are thinking old school way in a way, because they're like the long term renters, you have 10 houses, whatever, they're all long term rented, then that's great, this whole Airbnb thing is new to them too. So
Yeah.
and some of the banks are starting to accept it now, and that's a good sign. And I guess it fell through, but I was at the same time I was like, well, I was gonna have to put a big chunk of money down, right, to get this condo.
Yeah.
And the same scenario as the last time I tried to get a condo in Padre. I'm not up. It's like I'm middle of the road, I'm not super upset we didn't get it. I was bummed a little bit, but then I was like, on the other end, I was like, okay, maybe it's better that I didn't. I could pursue other things, and I'm not tying up a whole bunch of money. Like I keep hearing Adam Jones' voice in the back of my head, how he was saying, about the arbitrage is better than going out and putting, you're going to put $20,000 down, and it's going to take you 20 years to recoup that. And, when he broke down the math, and I keep hearing that in the back of my head. And I was like, no, but I want to own my own condo in Padre. But it's not meant to be right now. But I mean, I could rent a condo like right now, today, day one in Padre for about the same or cheaper that I was going to be paying monthly in buying my condo. So I might start leaning towards that. If the numbers make sense, I might just grab one for a year lease, and see how that works. And dip my toe in the market. And if it's like I'm barely making any money or even losing money, then I'll say, well, I tried it and it didn't work.
You think Padre would be a good market to test run, seeing that it's more vacation?
More seasonal?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good question too. I mean, if I do a whole calendar year, it and then I could average it over the whole year, I guess that would be a good way to decide, right?
Yeah. It's just having that strategy in play. Because that's one thing I always talk to people. A lot of people ask me, I was at a meetup, and a lot of people ask me where to go invest. And I always tell them, man, just look at the economy of an area. Because a lot of people, vacation rental people, I tell them, hey, I'm not in the vacation rental market because I think it's that down season scares me, man. And I mean, you're sitting there paying that mortgage or lease by yourself, that down season will eat you alive,
Now, knowing that, I could be an arbitrage sniper and just rent it from right before spring break for 6 months to right after the summer is over.
Yeah. If you have to make sure all that's going to cover the other 6 months. You know what I mean? And of course, you'll always have those weekend vacationers, throughout the year.
Yeah. But it's just, I guess if I could dip my toe somehow in the market and find out if it's going to be working, and do more research, and I think a 2-bedroom would be way more, well, of course, way better than a 1-bedroom. So it's a lot of scenarios I gotta ponder over.
Yeah. I mean, you got to ponder over it. Probably a two. I would go a 2-bed. Are they 2-2s?
The one I was getting was a 1-1, but there's a lot of there's 2-1s and 2-2s out there.
You're getting a 1-1?
I was, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because 1-1s are what I aim for when I do my corporates. Because those are what they want. But 2-2s are good as well. Josh got a 2-2, and he's doing pretty good as well.
Oh, how did Josh get his?
Same thing, man. Just put on that suit and tie, man. You went and talked to a landlord. You just have to build that trust, know what to say to them. You know, they have to know you're legit, have a background, you know. A resume is the biggest thing. And let them know their incentives of renting to you rather than traditionally renting to someone else, you know.
And where is Josh's?
Oh, he's by the medical district as well. He's in not Uptown, Deep Ellum.
Oh, nice.
No, not Deep Ellum. Oaklawn. I'm sorry, Oaklawn. He's in Oaklawn.
That's expensive over there.
Exactly. He's got a good one. So it's a matter of putting on that suit and tie, having some business cards, a website, whatever you need, and going out there and hitting it. I had one more thing, one kind of crazy thing about Airbnb, because I've seen a lot of people in the Airbnb Superhost group or professional host group talking about it because it happened to me. So Airbnb is now doing background checks on people, like the guests.
Really?
And, yeah. So if you got like one of those cancellations that said, "Hey, this is from the safety and trust department. This guest we found, hey, isn't safe for our platform." They canceled the booking. So, you know, I rented out my timeshare. So one of the timeshares, I spent like $95 on it, you know, to rent it out. And so I called Airbnb. I'm like, "Hey, are you guys going to refund me this guy's money?" You know, because I had to put up money to rent it out. And they're like, "Oh, yeah, that's fine. We'll give it to you." And they refunded me the money because they canceled this guy's booking because he wasn't safe for the platform or whatever. So I guess they're running literal background checks on people, but I don't know what their credentials are. Like, hey, this person did this, so, hey, you can't be on Airbnb. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is, man.
That's good. They're looking out for us. I like that.
Yeah, that's true. Especially people like people doing home shares, things like that. That's especially important.
Oh, yeah. And, the little old ladies, man. They're little old ladies out there renting rooms out of their house.
They're the ones killing it, man. That's what Airbnb, that's what the study says. And, now that you're a Superhost, you know, you can be in all those little categories. When someone checks that they want a Superhost, Steve, the art house Hearst will pop up. That is dope, man.
Boom.
That's how I found out. That's how I was telling people. It's not that Superhost boosts your listing. It just puts you in more search categories. That's all it is, man.
Well, it's funny you should say that because I put, I checked my, I went in as a guest to check on Airbnb to see my Superhost badge. You know, I just got it, and so I checked on there and I typed in Hearst, Texas to find out all the houses in Hearst, and who was on top? Who was number one?
Yep.
This guy. I just hit my microphone doing my thumbs towards me. This guy. I was on the very top, and I was like, cool, man. That's some Superhost stuff right there, yo.
Yeah, there you go, man. They get a lot more bookings coming in, man. Raise up them prices. Start killing it.
That's what I was thinking, doubling all my prices.
Doubling. Yeah, you could do it, but I'd hold on, you know, go up gradually. But I looked at your profile after you sent me that Superhost thing. You have like, what, 30-something reviews?
Yeah, man. I've had a lot of people staying.
I seen your price was $60 a night, man. You ain't at $75 a night.
No, I don't know why I had that. My you know what? Because I have a gap day coming up, and I just lowered it for that one day or whatever.
Speaking of gaps, this is one thing I do want to suggest to Airbnb. Hopefully, we're able to suggest it next month to them, right in front of their faces. But no, you know what I want? They should set up an instant book for a block of dates. Like, okay, let's say I don't want instant book all the time, but let's say on my private room, right? I have so I have a lady checking out tomorrow, and then on the 30th, I have a corporate renter coming in until June, right?
Yeah.
From the 13th till the 29th, wouldn't it be cool if you could set up an instant book just for those dates?
That would be great, yeah.
And then you get that higher, you know, that's just something I was thinking about. I don't know how it would work, but I was like, dang, that'd be pretty cool.
That's a great idea, man.
Yeah, so that's something I was thinking of. But yeah, man, let me see here. Oh yeah, so I had a question.
Uh-huh.
If you're making $50,000 under the table, do you think you should report it to the IRS?
Yes, Myka, of course you should.
I'm not talking about myself. I'm saying theoretically. If you were making about 50 G's under the table, would you report it to the IRS?
Yes, of course I would.
No, so
I'll talk to you off the mic.
Okay, yeah, that'll be
No,
all.
I'm just kidding. We do everything on the up and up over here on Live, Let, Thrive, y'all.
Yes, we do. No, but my tax guy came back yesterday and told me and Mahogany we owed $6,000, right? I'm like, whoa, hold up.
What?
So I had to go in my spreadsheet and get him some more expenses. So I haven't heard back from him yet. So I know taxes are due in 3 days?
Yeah.
So yeah, I gotta hurry up and get that settled out. I ain't paying nobody nothing.
I don't know. Us broke folks, we do it on day as soon as we can to get that money quick.
I'm always scared of taxes, man. I think last year I got something back, but the year before not much luck. So I'm always slugging to do taxes. Tax season.
Well, you're like a independent contractor kind of guy. See, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. So it was damn, So we'll see though. Hopefully they get all that stuff written off, so we're good.
Because my buddy Eli, shout out to Eli. He always dreads his taxes too, because he does computer stuff, programming as an independent contractor also. So he doesn't pay taxes until the end of the year.
Damn, man. Yeah, I mean I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat. So hopefully I get something. I have a good CPA, and he's a CPA and a lawyer. So
I've been plugged into the matrix, for over since I was 15, whatever. Getting the corporations take care of all. They take it out of my check for me. So there you go.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, that is better though, to an extent. That is better,
Well, it has its ups and downs.
Yeah.
But so I had another ghost guest.
A ghost guest? What's a ghost guest?
It's a term I came up with. It's not an actual ghost. Knock on wood. I don't want anybody to pass away in my Airbnb. But anyways, I had someone a long time ago, like a month or so ago, they sent me a thing saying, hey, we like your place, we want to book it, asked me a few questions, and I said, okay, this, that, and this, and pre-approved them, whatever, and they went ahead and booked. Oh, and I said, oh, thank you for booking, blah, blah, and no response. Okay, cool, whatever. And then the day before, or the day was coming, I sent them the day before all the information. And I sent them the code and all that stuff. I said, oh, we're looking forward to having y'all. Here's all the ins and outs. Here's the code and all that. And I sent it to them. No response. And so, okay, people check themselves in. And I don't have a camera to look at them, so I don't know. And I was like, and he was just going to be there for one day, right? I guess they were on his long-ass message. He said he was flying through, and they were going to be there for a day with his family. And so, the day came and went, and my wife's asking me, did they say they're leaving early or anything? I said, I haven't heard one word from them. And so, okay, I said, well, she just wait till 12 o'clock to go clean the house and do the turnover. And she went over there at 12, and I guess they stayed there. I mean, apparently they did stay there because there was some dishes. They washed all their dishes. That they used the dishes, and they washed the dishes, and they used, I guess, I don't know, they used a couple beds, but they put everything back perfect, like they hadn't stayed there. The place was really clean, but they used dishes, so we know that someone stayed there, and that's it, man. I didn't hear any response from them the whole time they were there, before they were coming, or even after they were coming. So I call them a ghost guest. They came in and out and didn't say a word, and everything was cool. So.
Everything was clean?
Everything was clean. They washed their dishes, like I've been asking. That's made a difference, actually. I've in that long ass message that I send my guests right away when they choose me. It's part of the on the very bottom. I say I don't ask for perfection. I said, please help us keep the costs low, and by helping us keep the place clean. We don't ask for perfection. Just be sure to if you could wash your dishes and put your trash out front. That would be a big help to us. And that little bitty snippet right there, everybody's done their dishes.
Nice. Yeah, because me and Mahogany, she's been leaving notes around the house.
Yeah.
Man, it definitely helps. They definitely read those, and it keeps things cleaner.
Oh, and also I worded it like this. I said, and it'll help us and earn and what's it called? Earn a glowing 5-star review from us by just following these things and doing your dishes and putting that. So I kind of gave it like as an incentive to them to do it.
Yeah, I was looking at one lady on the Airbnb professional host. She has a really good incentive system on hers. What she does is after the guest checks out, I think I might have already said this on the cast. She tells them, hey, if you felt like you had a great time and there weren't too many things they could have done better, give me a 5-star, 4-star. Let me know what I could have done better. 3-star. A lot of things went wrong. She pretty much gives them a scale of what the review should be, and she mainly gets 5 stars.
Oh wow!
And also, what I noticed too was I didn't really take that, but I kind of with my Guesty platform, you're able to kind of mix and match things. I've been getting all 5-star reviews since I kind of changed how I asked for the review. Like I'm like, hey, let us know what we could have done better. Go ahead and leave us a review. Let us know what we could have done better. And what happens is they'll give me a 5-star review, and then the private feedback, if they had any issues, they just tell me what was wrong.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, I know it helped. I was like, oh man, because we've been getting a lot of 5-star reviews. Like, I think now it's up to like the last 30 have been 5 stars. So
Sweet.
yeah, we're rocking and rolling.
And that's what's cool. I mean, what's cool about Airbnb, our buddies, our new partners and stuff. As they allow, they put the platform out there, and it reminds me a little bit back in the MySpace days when you could you get your MySpace and then you could pimp it any way you wanted to. You go to these sites and they have the code and to do this and that. They really let third parties help you pimp your ride. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what MySpace is dead now. Facebook killed them. But that's what Airbnb does. They give you the platform and they let you use HOSTFULLY, Guesty, or whatever other, beyond pricing. They let you do mix and match and set it up how you want to set it up and do your own thing with it. And that's really cool how they let you do that.
I'm happy you said that because that brings me back to my issue with HomeAway or VRBO. So in order to integrate with them, you have to go through this whole process where you got to call them, set up the payment system. It's like, dude, you guys suck. Like, serious. Like this. That's exactly why I'm happy you said that because I was trying to integrate I was going to transfer all my 400 listeners over to not Guesty, to HomeAway. And so Guesty's like, yeah, we can do it, and I'm going to eventually do it. It's just I don't have the time because they're like, oh, well, what you have to do is you have to get with Guesty, and Guesty has to get with HomeAway. We have to get with you, and we have to set up a payment system. And after we set up the payment system, we'll go ahead and start the integration. It's like, dude, with Airbnb, they'll just let you, hey, you can go ahead and post all your listings from Guesty. Boom, we're done. It's just like, dang, dude, like, man. So, yeah, and that's why I said, again, Airbnb is transformative in that sense, They crush it when it comes to technology.
Exactly. And what comes to mind for me, all kinds of weird stuff comes to my mind, but I believe it was General Patton. We'll go way back in the Dub 2 era, and he said, don't tell your troops how you want them to do something. He said, tell them what you need to have done, and then let them inspire you with their creativity. I know I butchered that one, but I think it's really cool. But it's like, and let them wow you with their creativity. Because, you tell them, okay, we need this done. And if you try to micromanage them and tell them this is how it's got to be, this is how you got to do it, you might not get the results you want. But if you just tell them this is what we need done, and then let their creativity take over, and they'll wow you with it. It's pretty trippy.
Yeah, people respond better to suggestion, not solution.
Boom! You said it a lot easier than I said it, but that's what it is.
Yeah, people respond better to suggestion, not solution. Yeah, if you get that's crazy. I forgot what Mahogany was talking to someone, and she gave her the solution, but the girl didn't like it, and the girl kind of combated her, and I told Mahogany, I'm like, yeah, you gave her a solution, you have to give her a suggestion. So people don't respond well to solutions.
Nice. Way to go, Mahogany.
Yeah, only innovators respond well to solutions, because you're like, oh, I want to get there, boom, I'm done. Most people, they're going to be like, no, just give me a suggestion, and then they'll give you the creativity behind it.
I asked you something today, and because I was listening to a podcast and I was kind of inspired, and this guy he asked something similar. This is what I asked you because it dealt with what you and I are building here,
Mm-hmm.
and what Live Let Thrive is going to become, the number one.
Yes.
Huh?
Number one, go ahead.
And so I said, how can our podcast generate $100,000 within a year? And what stands in our way? And you gave an answer. You want me to read your answer? Or
Go ahead and read it.
Okay. And you wrote, generate $100,000 a year off advertisements, affiliate marketing, and selling, certain episodes. Stopping us is no website, need of consistent videos for YT advertisements, etc. And so okay, the answer is not really what this is all about. It's a great answer, but what I'm trying to get across to our listeners right now is I asked a specific question, and I asked what is getting in our way from accomplishing a goal. And that's what this guy was talking about. And immediately it got your brain thinking like, okay, this is how we can reach that specific goal, the 100,000, and this is what's stopping us. And when you, instead of just asking, hey, how are you going to be a millionaire? Asking someone that, what the hell? That's like real vague, and they're not going to really break it down. But you ask it like a two-part like that. Okay, in this year, in this year, how are you going to go from making 50,000 a year to 100,000 a year, and what's stopping you? And then that gets people thinking like, wow, I make 50 grand a year, but maybe if I did this, maybe I did a little Uber, maybe a side hustle, this and that, and I could accomplish that. What's stopping me? Well, I got my wife has got her thing doing this, and my kids or whatever. And you start thinking, and then it helps you formulate. But to alleviate that, my wife could do this, or my kids could do this, and it just gets your mind thinking, And then he 10x'd it too. And he said, okay, how about in 2 years, or 5 years, how can you get that to making $1 million a year? And same thing, and what's stopping you? And it's just like asking the right questions gets your brain to start working in such a way to come up with a plan. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that podcast sounds like it'd be good for people that don't have that inspiration under them. That'd be a really good podcast to have, because I could tell, you're trying to make people's brains tick, because you want to be the person to spark that $1 million person to up and do it. Definitely.
I think it was the BP podcast. Oh, go ahead.
But that goes back to my guy, Colin Cowherd, man. He said it. If you need Tony Robbins to inspire you, you're never going to be great anyway. That's like the perfect quote, man. It was like, I love that, because he goes, all the greats are self-motivated. He starts talking about like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Wayne Gretzky. I'm like that. He has a point there, man. So yeah,
I can kind of see that. But I've heard a lot of the ones on these podcasts I listen to that were very inspired by what Tony Robbins told them, and they went and accomplished it, But yeah, I could see both sides. You can get inspiration fatigue by I'll say podcast. There's a inspiration overload, especially the ones that we listen to. I think we get a lot of inspiration, and like maybe a little bit of inspiration fatigue, because you still got to go out there and do it. You got to grind.
There you go. See, I don't think he inspired them to do it. he inspired them and sparked what was already there. Because it's always two different people. I think Adam James said it best. You can have a bunch of what is it? Knowledge without action is only insight.
Oh,
that's truly what it comes back to. Like, okay, you can inspire 100 people. How many of them are going to get up tomorrow and be like, look, I'm going to do this? Those are the people like, okay, it wasn't really inspiration. It was already in you. I just sparked it.
Boom.
You know?
Yeah.
I remember Tupac. I'm wearing a shirt right now, too. I remember Tupac said, I don't, what did he say? I don't want to create. I forgot. He's talking about people and how he doesn't want to create people that are, he doesn't want to create great people. He just wants to spark the greatness that's in the mind of those people or something like, because we are already great. I forgot. I had to pull up that quote, man. That was another good quote. I was like, oh, snap, that's true. People are already great. You just have to find it.
Exactly. And so, yeah, I thought that was really cool. And I sent it to you. But yeah, the inspiration is a big part of it, but you got to go out there and grind. And speaking of what I was going to say about inspiration overload was like, you scroll through and Facebook's a funny thing. You scroll through the Facebook and you see all these inspirational quotes, right? And and a lot of them are dealing with, if people spent less time worrying about what's on their phone and more time being happy or being good to each other, stuff like that. And I'm like, do you see how funny that is? Because you're on your phone putting this damn quote out there. You're sharing this inspirational quote, but all you're doing is sitting wherever you're at, scrolling.
Exactly.
And so, yeah, inspiration fatigue. And that's always countered on Facebook by some crazy political crap. But it's whatever. Facebook's dying, y'all. It's going to die soon.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. It's owns half the internet.
I know, right?
Hey, have you had issues with like guests asking for discounts?
No, I haven't. And that's what's funny, because I told you back in the day that I used to do that back in, when Airbnb started coming out, and I said, I could talk to these people and I could ask them, hey, any special rates for this week or whatever. And I would always ask, and a lot of times they would give me a little bit of discount or take off the cleaning fee or something. So I thought when I was going to be a host that I was going to get hit up all the time like that, but I've had nobody ask me for a discount.
Oh man, I get it quite often. So what I've been doing is most people they stop asking and they'll just book the room after I tell them this. You can go to your calendar and see what guests are going to pay, right? And it breaks it down like how much Airbnb is charging them. So like I had this lady, she asked for a discount. And I'm like, oh man, I can't give a discount on these days. These are high-end days or whatever. And I'm like, but if you go to Airbnb, you should see if they'll be able to discount some of their taxes and fees. See, and then it's $102 because they have like the breakdown of how much Airbnb was charging them. It was like $102 in taxes and fees. And they're like, what? Really? And I guess, I don't know if they called Airbnb, but like 15, 20 minutes later, they just booked the room. So I was like, oh, I guess it worked. I've done it like 3 or 4 times. So it's a good way yeah, I just put it back on Airbnb. I'm like, yeah, just go ask Airbnb. Their taxes and fees are through the roof. And I tell them how much it is. And they'll look and they'll see like, oh my God, it is $102. I'm like, yeah, I don't even get any of that.
Damn, calling out our partners and stuff.
Hey, I'm just saying, we're partners today,
Yeah, and if they come back with something, you say, hey, man, they're taking a chunk out of my end, too. So you're getting a hit, 102. You don't want to know what I'm getting hit with.
Yeah, that's true, Hey, help cover yourself.
Always deflect. That's like when you're dealing with the customer, anything, your cell phone or cable bill or whatever, customer service, they always... Oh, I can't do that. We can't do that. We can't because they always deflect, right?
Yep, that's what you do. Deflect it.
That's the number one. The local governments have to get their blah blah blah. Yeah, it's never their fault, right?
Yeah.
So man, we're at huh?
Go ahead.
This has been a good show. What were we gonna say?
One more thing I saw. So, you know how we always rag on Airbnb's insurance claim, the $1 million insurance claim, and So I did see somebody got paid 15 grand from Airbnb from getting their place. It was on the Airbnb Superhost. I was like, no way, man. He got 15 G's. I guess they did he said they did $11,000 in damages. And I think Airbnb gave him 15 grand, man. I was like, dang. I don't know if that's far and few in between, I wouldn't count on it, but yeah, I guess they live up to their policy.
Well, I think I saw that one. He did a lot. He did a lot of due diligence and a lot of he sent him a lot of stuff, he filled out a lot of things, a lot of forms. I mean, it wasn't just given to him easily, but he fought for it for a long time, and he finally got the payout.
Dang. That's crazy, but I guess it does work,
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm sure Airbnb has their stall tactics, like most of the like I said, the phone companies and all that stuff have their stall tactics to keep us to if we stall long enough, they're just gonna give up, I'm sure they got that. They got all the analytics down.
Dang, yeah, you got to do that to save some money,
But we love Airbnb and sign up for Airbnb through our new link, y'all.
Yeah, that we'll be getting real soon.
That we'll be getting. By the time this episode drops, it might be up already, and we might have it on there on the show notes. You never know.
Yeah, we're gonna. By the way, we are gonna be updating our website, so people that want to be guests, we'll be giving you time slots to sign up. Man, we got a lot of things coming from Live Let Thrive. A lot of things coming, man.
And we're gonna keep it real. We're not gonna BS around. We're not gonna be sucking up to Airbnb or nothing. We're gonna keep them honest. We're gonna keep them real. The partners clash a little bit sometimes. Whatever. But we're gonna always be there for y'all. We're gonna watch out for you guys, and we're glad that y'all are watching out for us too and spreading the word. We're growing like crazy, and we love every moment of it.
Yeah. And shout out to all the people that have been coming out and hitting us up, man. I had a few people hit me up through Facebook. Shout out to those people, man. Keep on doing what you're doing. Rate us, like us on iTunes, all that good stuff, man. And we're gonna try to get consistent videos up for you guys for our YouTube channel. So we got to have those out there, man. We've noticed that the ones with video, you guys love to look at. So I guess our beautiful faces must be bringing it all in.
Yeah, I'm recording this one, so we'll see how it comes out. And thanks for listening to episode 53 of Live Let Thrive. And tune in next week or for more shenanigans and good stuff from us. And keep sending us feedback. We love it. Keep it coming.
Yes, sir. Subscribe and rate us on iTunes. Email us liveletthrive@gmail.com. Call us 469-300-9100. Like us on Facebook and YouTube. Please start liking us on YouTube. Man, we got to get those subscribers up, man. The YouTubers. I think we are at 30, man. We have a lot of listeners. We know we have a lot of listeners. It's just, I guess they haven't been going to the YouTube channel without the video. So, definitely.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Later.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live Let Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.